Hi everyone, it's Angela. I hope that you guys have been good and groovy since the last time that you saw me. I have been right now really fantastic. As you know, my life is topsy-turvy. But today I'm talking to you guys specifically about my journey with Moldavite. I bought my Moldavite. I bought Moldavite 3 times. I've lost it every single time. But this most recent piece of Moldavite I found again. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the Moldavite. This is the piece here. Hold on. I am in my car and I have it by the stick shift. Okay, so this is the piece of Moldavite that I have. It's a small piece and it's a small tiny piece, but it's a really pretty powerful piece. And it's not as powerful as the larger piece that I once had. And just like before, the other pieces, now the first 2 pieces of Moldavite that I had, I was able to hang on to for, the first one I had for a little over a year. The second one I had, before it split, I had it for maybe a year and a half, but that one I had kept in a plastic container, which is not a good place to keep your gemstones. I kept it to the side because I was kind of afraid of it. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't understand how it worked. All I knew is that the Moldavite made me feel weird and strange, and it caused me to have strange dreams. Almost like if anyone has ever taken melatonin and those little pills for sleep, a lot of people will report that they have nightmares when they take that, and that's been the case for me. I did experience that. So it's not that I have nightmares with my Moldavite, but I do experience really intense dreaming. So I got this piece and I was like, I'm gonna try it again. And when I bought it, the woman at the gem store was really, really nice. They had a whole Moldavite selection, which had grown since the last time that I purchased this piece. And I'd done more research and I was like, okay, I just wanna start with a small piece. I think a small piece will be small enough not to emit too much change in my life, because what I experienced with Moldavite will unearth your shadow self. It will purge. Moldavite is a gemstone of a crystal, a tektite of change, and it really facilitates and speeds things up. So I thought, let me just try this. And I joked with her that if I purchased this and I said, girl, if I lose this, that's it for me. I know Moldavite's not for me, and I'm not going to fuck with it until it fucks with me, until I just feel right, or it represents itself into my life. And so I had it. And so I spent a lot of time in my car, from doing Uber to driving. I commute a half an hour to work. And then sometimes that commute is longer than that. And so I spend a lot of time in my car. I'm always going on the go. I live at least a half an hour outside of my city center. So anytime I go anywhere, it's usually at least a half an hour. So I was in between doing things and I decided I was going to take a little nap in my car. And I'm like, okay. Now, the last Moldavite that I had, I meditated with it on the couch and fell asleep. And it was a bigger piece than this. It was twice the size as this. And all I know is I woke up and the Moldavite was gone. I tore that couch apart. I looked through all the seams. I looked under the couch, and to this day, it's gone. And I still want to gut that couch to see if it's inside the couch somewhere, but it was gone. And I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna lay here in my car. I'm just gonna lay here with my hand out like this, and it'll be fine. So I did that. I leaned back, and I felt it trickle out of my hand, and I thought it was almost like it jumped out, and I heard it drop on the floor because of plastic. I have rubber mats. I have all year-round mats in my flooring, and that I put in because I want to be able to keep my car clean. And I heard it and I was like, oh shit. And so I looked down, it was gone. She was gone. She was gone. She was gone. I was like, this is crazy. I've only had it for 48 hours. And this is the piece that I made the video about, my Moldavite experience. And the next day, day 2, I made a video. It's over because it was causing me to be discombobulated. It was causing me, I was unable to focus. There was just so much going on. It was bringing so many things to the surface. My mind was just racing with content, really, but just all kinds of stuff, But I was like, okay, I've dropped it in the car. It's here somewhere. It just doesn't want to work with me. And I remember thinking, well, if it's here, then it's still like affecting me. Just like the peace I lost at home, it must be in my home somewhere, and it's still affecting my life. And so this time I decided, I looked for it, and I looked for it for a few days, but then I was like, I'm going to let it go. The Moldavite, okay, this is the third time I've learned it doesn't want to work with me right now. Maybe my vibration is not matching up. Maybe I'm dishonoring it somehow. I don't know. But I still began to experience subtle changes. I have found myself being able to look back into my childhood and heal parts of myself. The changes that I've been able to make with my healing and my shadow self have been amazing. I made that video, I just retitled it Suicidal Thoughts and something else, because I really have wanted to share, what the dark night of the soul has looked like for me. And so that's what it's been doing. It's been purging. It's been helping me reach a new plane and a new way of thinking and a new way of being in the world. Now, when I bought that piece, I decided to I decided to splurge. I bought a few other gemstones. I bought this really beautiful piece of black tourmaline. And it's so gorgeous. Black tourmaline, am I saying that right? Really speaks to me. Like, I want more of it. I've had it before. I have another piece that I cannot find that is a beautiful piece, but I've misplaced it. But I was reading online that it's a good stone to pair with your Moldavite. So the thing is, Moldavite, you want to anchor it. So you want a grounding stone. Especially, you want a grounding stone in your life if you don't go out into nature, if your feet are not making contact with the earth a lot. Water is a great way to ground yourself. One of the best things, and I like to do this periodically, but I'm not a dirty girl, so I don't like to go out into nature that often, but I do like to put my feet on the ground. I might do that today. Since it's a nice day, I might go to the park and just take off my shoes and walk through the grass and get grounded. But this is a really nice stone to have. Now, when I was at that shop, I also bought a medicine bag. I've always wanted a medicine bag. Once I realized that there was a part of me that's a shaman, I'm going to talk about my history as a shaman and my beliefs about my family and shamanism. But once I discovered, she's a shaman, I wanted a medicine bag. And so this medicine bag came with some turquoise in it too. So I got that, and I wanted to keep them together so that I would not lose my Moldavite. And so I wouldn't even be tempted to put myself in a position to lose my Moldavite. So I've been keeping these together. And it sort of really mellows out. You want to think about your second stone of what you use with Moldavite to be kind of like a carrier. Just like if you've ever taken calcium, a lot of times you'll get it with magnesium or vitamin D. It helps it to go down better. It helps your body to absorb. So, you get a grounding stone. Like, this is a great one. It's going to help you to deal with Moldavite in a way that's conducive. Another stone that I got that I'm really loving and I want more of, and I really think I was okay with losing the Moldavite because I felt like the Moldavite led me to this beautiful stone here. This is tourmalinated quartz. Some people call it tourmaline quartz or quartz tourmaline, but it's like a whitish stone that has streaks of black through it. Now, this is a small piece, so you can't really see the, can you see the, you can't see it. It's got like threads of black that go through it, and that's the part of it that is tourmaline. Now, this is a stone of psychic protection, and it, I believe, also helps to create positivity. Now, I wanted this in my car because driving Uber, I wanted to be have another layer of protection because as an empath, I pick up everything, and I wanted to have no issues with people. I wanted people to be calmer. And something that I learned a long time ago working with roommates, living with my roommates, working with them, is I wanted to facilitate a household of calm. So I did very strategic things in our home to get the outcome that I want. You can call it a bit of witchery, but I made sure that our home is pleasing. I used certain colors because people respond to color, touch, and smells whether they realize it or not. So I kept certain, things in our home, and it elicited a certain environment. And I have found, since I've had this and doing, when I do the Uber and the Lyft, because I'm doing it less because I have a full-time job, the experience with people in my car has been night and day. Now, I'm a nice person, so I typically have a good experience, but certain people's energy, I'm the kind of highly sensitive person who, when bad energy gets into my car, I immediately shut down. I can't talk. I don't want to talk to them. It's really difficult for me to process these types of people, and it has caused people to think that I'm being really mean or shady or standoffish or snobbish or something, and it causes friction, and I end up getting a bad rating because people think I have an attitude because I really don't want to talk, but I'm in defense mode because of their energy. And sometimes people have bad energy and don't know it, especially in our culture right now where we celebrate bad behavior. Think about all of the housewives shows and a lot of the reality TV where we celebrate and people who are in conflict and have a lot of drama. We celebrate that in our culture. So I want to stay away from that. And I've noticed that the people in my car are super respectful. I don't have any issues. And I also found that it's been really helpful with me keeping my energy clear, my manifesting. I'm getting better ratings, I'm getting more tips, and just money is flowing into my life that has to do with this car much better. I truly believe that those car accidents I had over the summer had to do with this Moldavite being in my car and me not being focused. Moldavite can make you unfocused, so you need to be ready and be sure that you're ready for it. So I found, did I tell you guys that I found my Moldavite? I was in my car, I was cleaning up my car, and I've been careful to clean my car with the vacuum because I don't want to suck it up. But I really started to think, well, maybe it was just gone. I had let it go. I'm like, I'm not going to search for this Moldavite, and it's been like 2 months maybe. So I was cleaning the car, I was vacuuming it out and doing the whole nine and washing the upholstery because I keep her clean. It's really important for me as an empath to keep my energies clean. I have sage in the car, I have sweetgrass in the car. I keep the energy and I keep the car clean. And I'm like, what is that thing? There was this little thing that looked like a little dust ball. And I was like, that dust ball looks green. I was like, could that be my Moldavite that's all the way over here? How did it get under that seat? Because underneath my seats are buckets. So I dropped it under the driver's seat. There's no way it could have got over there, but there it was. And I pulled it out and I was like, oh, you came back to me. And I really think it came back to me because you're ready to work with me again. I have purged. There's a gentleman's videos who are great. He makes great videos about gemstones. I'm going to find his channel. I'm going to post it below. I've learned really how to deal with my Moldavite by watching his videos, and I realized I needed to just go through and deal with the purging. And now I know that Moldavite is a stone that I can have in my life because I know how to work with it, and I've been doing the work. I've been doing the healing. Some of the shaman work that one can do is having past life regressions, going to their childhood and healing their inner child, and I've been doing that a lot. So it's been great to work with this Moldavite because it's been really healing for me. And I've got the black tourmaline that really helps to ground it, and it helps me to digest the strong energies of the Moldavite better. And when I buy myself another piece, I'm ready for another piece. There's also different types of Moldavite. My piece is a jagged piece. Some of the pieces are a little smoother, so I'm gonna practice. I don't know, I can't think of the word. I'm going to experience the different types of Moldavite, so I know I want to get some larger, smoother pieces. Those are supposed to be smoother in the way that they deliver energy to you, and these pieces tend to be jagged, and all the pieces that I've had have been really jagged. Like that first piece it reminded me of kryptonite. It was a beautiful long, like, stalactite or stick, what is that, those things that come out of the ceiling in caves. It looks like that. It was really long and it looked like shards. So that's what's going on with my journey of Moldavite. It's back in my life. It never really left, but I did lose it, but it decided to come back, and I'm really happy about it. I might do some more research on this beautiful gemstone here, this tourmalated quartz, and really devote some time to it because I'm so glad it came into my life. I also have this one, which I'm about to go to the gem store. I forgot what kinds it is. It looks like a quartz on camera, but it's not. It's like it starts with a P. I don't think it's a Pedialyte either, but I'm gonna find out. It's a beautiful stone. It's like a heart stone, and it just makes me feel soft and pretty, and I really like it. And I want to start getting large pieces. I think this Quartz is a piece that I want to get, a really large piece, like a big block of, wedge of cheese, like that big, and sit it in my home because it really facilitates to me. And I think it'd be great to have in a space where I'm doing emotional healing. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. I love you guys so much, so much. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Mwah. Oh, let me wish you luck and love on your crystal journey. Let me know below what crystals you guys are working with, any crystals I should check out. I really appreciate all the engagement. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.